name is Mark �𝗏𝗧 from GC Realty Development and also co-host of Chicago's #1 real estate investment podcast, Straight Up Chicago Investor. Check it out on iTunes. But what I want to talk to you about today is renting your property out in Schaumburg. There's 5 big things that I want to make sure everyone that's looking to rent out their property in Schaumburg knows about or is considering in advance of actually going on the market. So let's go through those things. Number 1, Schaumburg rental license requirement. So Schaumburg passed an ordinance that requires all housing providers to apply each year, pay the fee, and get your rental license on an annual basis. There's a fee to it, and that's something that goes up a little each year, but it's something you must do as a landlord. So whether you have a short-term, long-term tenant, or you're looking to do Airbnb, or if you're looking to do your single-family home, your townhouse, you must register with the city. So number 2, the residential inspection. So as part of the rental license, if you have a single family home, so everyone that's got a condo townhouse, you're excluded from this. So that's lucky you. But if you have a single family home in Schaumburg, they require you have a residential rental license inspection. So they're looking for a lot of life safety things on there, smoke detectors, make sure there's not 25 people living in a small 3-bedroom house and so forth. But that is something that you'll have to allow the city to do if you have a single family. Thirdly, the Cook County Just Housing Amendment. So this is something a lot of people do not know about, but you do now. In 2019, they passed the Cook County Just Housing Amendment where you have to underwrite your tenant a certain way. So fast forward, you got the rental license, you did all that stuff, you went on the market, now you have an application. There's a certain way you have to underwrite that tenant with keeping in mind most of the focus being around background checks. So check this out. If you don't know about this, there's steep penalties for not following this, and they're starting to really enforce it lately. So Cook County Just Housing Amendment is something you have to follow, and anyone in Cook County has to follow. The Cook County RTL for number 4. This is huge that most people don't know about right now. In 2021, they passed the Cook County Residential Tenant Landlord Ordinance, short RTLO. And that is something that's for all of Cook County. So you're in Schaumburg and it will apply to you, but this is the first thing of its type that's passed in Cook County, or called the suburbs. We always know about Chicago and their strict rental requirements, but now this is in the suburbs. And now if you're in Schaumburg, this is affecting you. So Cook County RTLO, there's a lot you have to know here. There's certain leases you have to use, certain addendums you have to have the tenant sign off on, certain disclosures you have to have for every lease. There's just a lot. Certain ways you have to hold a security deposit, certain place you have to tell the tenant where you're holding their security deposit. So all this stuff. So I have a link here to learn some more about that. But it's just something that you need to take the time and learn, because again, there's steep penalties for not following it. And finally here, 5th, the crime-free housing seminar required. So in Schaumburg, in addition to the rental license requirement and an inspection if you have a single family home, and going through these 2 big major ordinances for screening and also the Cook County RTLO, you have the crime-free seminar required. So Schaumburg is considered a crime-free village, and they're part of the crime-free national program. You can Google up and learn more about that. But in Schaumburg, you're required to come in, and I believe it's 4 hours, and take a class. Now, I think they had some virtual ones, but that might have went away. Doesn't matter where you're at in the world. You might be in California and have a condo in Schaumburg. You have to take that class. So make sure that's on your checklist to accomplish before. I believe you have to take that in order to qualify for your actual rental license. So ways people get around the crime-free is they hire a property manager like us. A lot of times we get hired just so they don't have to take that 4-hour class. Some cities require it's an 8-hour class. So, this was actually not bad, but still 4 hours of your life that when people justify hiring us by not having to do it. So lots to know if you're going to rent your place out in Schaumburg. That's not to mention the things you need to figure out if you're in an HOA, if there's clubhouses, if there's rules, if there's caps in your condo association. So that's a whole nother video we'll do in the future. But I strongly advise you do your research on all of this. If you want to research a property manager like ourselves, check us out. We are right in Roselle. We've managed hundreds of properties in Schaumburg over the years. We know our way around, and we know how to take the risk away from you as a landlord. So thanks for checking out our video today, and we look forward to hearing you. Talk to you soon.